a lot of you, the biggest part of Black Ops 4's recent launch may already be behind you. You may have gotten the update for Black Ops 4's newest operation, Spectre Rising, but for many as well, it is still yet to come. This week looks to play catch-up more than anything else, simply because, well, 2/3 of the platforms out there have that changeover finally happening. But that said, that doesn't mean that we can't look towards any action from Black Ops 4 this week elsewhere, so today we're going to break down 9 things that you should keep your eyes open for this week in Black Ops 4. Before we do, a quick little reminder, we're down to the final days of that 30% off discount with code ESPRESSO over at gfuel.com, so whether or not you want to restock, try it out for the first time, whatever it may be, now is as better time as ever to check it out. So remember, use code ESPRESSO, link down there in the description below. As well, we're likely to have some things coming up of relative interest, so if you're new here, maybe consider subscribing, and with nearly 58% of viewers not subbed, if you're into it, I like to keep you guys as informed consistently as possible, so maybe consider. But anyways, back to the regularly scheduled content. We know Spectre Rising is going to be coming, and we'll recap that kind of stuff in a second, but just for simply the new content's sake, let's start out with that. Let's start with the newer things that we haven't really heard much discussion of. First things first, Alcatraz is going to be returning for Black Ops 4 this week. Alcatraz is personally one of my favorite parts of Blackout as of recently, and as you guys know, I'm a huge Blackout junkie. Much smaller map, much more closer quarters engagements, and it is tremendously hectic. You can rack up some really high kill games if you play aggressively, and of course, it's just a lot of fun and a different way to play Blackout with those respawns, so it's a nice little curveball, I think. But it was recently removed as of this last Tuesday update for PlayStation 4, which was curious because if you took a look at the patch notes, it actually ended up detailing Alcatraz adjustments, new things added into Alcatraz for different escape ways, different stability fixes, and so on, but it wasn't introduced into the game as of Spectre Rising on PlayStation 4. That said, though, Treyarch has confirmed a couple of different times that it is going to be coming back as of tomorrow, the 7th, so you should be able to jump in with your squad of friends and try and be the last team standing once again. Now, personally, I think that this is probably still going to stay quads. I think it'd be cool to see some duos added in here, maybe for that, but one thing that I don't necessarily see working all that much is, I know people have been asking for solos on this, but personally, I don't know if that would work out too well, of course, because you have those respawns. Alcatraz will be coming back as of tomorrow, and that'll be added into the playlist there within Blackout. Now, second thing up on deck, talking playlists particularly elsewhere, maybe more so in MP, this is where I'm gonna kind of write this off as a gray area. Personally, I'm not entirely anticipating anything outside of Prop Hunt to be live, but that also said, with the likes of CTF, new bare bones modes, and additional new modes listed on the roadmap, it is possible that we see something. But again, with it being catch-up weeks for Xbox One and PC and their first entry into the world of prop hunts, wouldn't get too excited for it, but instead maybe look for what may be a pleasant surprise where we're not expecting anything if it does come around. One thing that I will say though is that earlier today, Matt Schrontz, senior game designer at Treyarch, ended up tweeting, "We'll have some prop hunt improvements coming online. Props taking drown damage, addressing the Nuketown decoy cheese, and best play improvements for props, to name a few. Stay tuned, hashtag Black Ops 4. Now, it doesn't end up saying any specific ETA here for this, but he ends up later on saying that the goal is to get this out with Xbox's launch for Prop Hunt. So potentially as of tomorrow, potentially later today, and potentially just any time before Friday. That's when Prop Hunt is going to be launching for Xbox One and PC, 1 week later after when we saw it for PlayStation 4. So those are some things you can look out for in terms of the MP frontier and newer stuff coming along with that one. But outside of that, we'll end up talking about the third thing here that we want to discuss, that being new special order and shop refreshes, because this is a guaranteed change. Of course, as with this, it's a weekly thing that does happen every single Tuesday, but unlike Grand Heist, if you look at Misty's special order right now as of Monday the 6th, you'll end up seeing that the timer counting down is going to refresh out for tomorrow. So unlike Grand Heist, we're now on a once a week cycle again for special orders, as opposed to that 12 days or so that we had on rotation. So as of tomorrow, we'll see another item introduced. And this could honestly be a number of different things. It's possible it's a Blackout character, because unfortunately, we did have coming throughout the season in special orders or elsewhere, Sergey and David Mason. We already saw that Blackjack and Sarah Hall were added in via reserves, so those two are still out there somewhere. Perhaps we see a number of different items like the Mastercraft for the SDM or the reactive camos, and I gotta say, if you put that Nebula camo in that special order of the shop, that's an instant cop for me. It looks so sick. and that is probably going to be my new favorite camo coming up. Absolutely love that thing. But those and other shop refreshes will be coming as of tomorrow. Again, there's a lot of data mine stuff because it is so early on in the event, so it is possible that any number of things comes, but that's going to be refreshing as of tomorrow. The fourth thing, talking newer content, is something that, again, is a little more speculative, and I'm really hoping that along with a larger update on the end of a ton of new content coming for Xbox One and PC, they slip this in here. That being, hopefully, a matchmaking and gameplay fix for the choppy frame rate issues. I'm not sure if Xbox One and PC players have come across this at all. I know that on PS4 it is definitely abundant in some of the matches that I've played, but essentially it feels like your entire console is lagging, where you end up dropping from, say, 60 frames per second down to what is probably around 10 frames per second. And you can definitely notice this. It's a massive problem. I know that almost everyone I've talked to has experienced this once or twice at least, if not on a regular basis. So this is something that we haven't really heard anything from Treyarch about this, and with it being something that truly is a little game-breaking, hopefully this comes as of tomorrow, and again, that larger update for Xbox One and PC. While, of course, it doesn't require a title update, maybe we see something that is pushed through in regards to that at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to make this a little more bearable. But that's the newer stuff that we can take a look for, and now we start to roll over into you guys for Xbox One and PC in particular. PlayStation 4 users have already experienced this kind of stuff, but to give you guys a little heads up on what exactly is going to be coming here, it is firstly, as of today, the final day of Operation Grand Heist. So that means if you want to get the Switchblade X9 or the Rampage before they go away, or at least go away into reserves, make sure you do some last second grinding if you're not already to that tier 50 or 100, because as of tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, they'll go away and switch over to Operation Spectre Rising. This will be time gated, so you won't have to download anything, so it might not give you that little heads up period of, hey, I only got a couple hours left, as you ended up getting the title update 1.17 on Tuesday for Xbox One and Thursday for PC respectively. That said, come 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, well, that's when Operation Spectre Rising will start. Comes with all the content that, again, we've seen on PlayStation 4 so far, the new tiers with Spectre as reward number 1, the new Black Ops Pass maps of Masquerade, WMD, and Artifact, new weaponry of the Nifo-Odi, and the Tiger Shark LMG at tier 25 and 50 respectively, the new shop items of Misty and Special Orders, the Venom Cocktail Haze variant, and more, and a ton of cosmetics that unfortunately are locked behind reserves for the most part. And again, while not trying to divulge deeply into the frustrations that we've already covered here on the channel, especially over on Wednesday, get ready to have fun with that kind of stuff. And as well, best of luck to those that have saved the reserve cases. It'll be hard getting everything of cool value simply because of how much stuff is added in, but it is still possible. As well, a quick little mention, the reserve cases aren't not operation specific. I know that I've had a couple of people trying to pass that information along, but it's actually false. Your loot is not predetermined in any way, shape, or form, so whether you have a case from day 1, launch day of Black Ops 4, which is theoretically, of course, not possible, but launch day, say, for Grand Heist, or you have one that you got tomorrow, you'll have the chance to get new content out of it. The loot pool just becomes so much more diluted with all this crap they added in the new operation that it just becomes tough to find anything worth the slightest of value if you didn't have all reserves up until this point. So that's something that, of course, you can end up using, but Operation Spectre Rising starts tomorrow. On the MP side, you'll end up having a couple of things. Again, Spectre comes along with that, the new specialist. They're going to end up having the smoke grenade, which you can start to see the digital outline of enemies through that if you are Spectre, and even if you have another teammate that's Spectre and they throw a smoke, you can see through theirs as well. Then the Shadow Blade is something that comes along and is really fun. It brings you into third person. Not necessarily the most viable or most powerful because, well, you have the same amount of health. It's just a matter of you have that commando lunge now at that point and can 3P things. But then again, you have the weaponry of the Nifo-Odi as well as the Tiger Shark LMG. The Tiger Shark is honestly a powerhouse of a weapon. So if you guys can get that as fast as possible, again, we put up a guide yesterday that can help you out, but check that out if you guys have the opportunity to. Prop hunt will be coming as of Friday for you guys, hopefully with those adjustments. That's the goal that Treyarch has set out, but may not necessarily happen in that order, but prop hunt will be there. And again, the new maps Masquerade, WMD, and Artifact are going to be there for pass holders as well. Blackout, you're going to end up having that Wetworks map update, changes to the map all around, so things like cargo are going to be spilled, hijacked is going to be up above construction, your hydro dam is going to be broken, and so on and so forth. Alcatraz will be coming back as well for Xbox One and PC users. The official Treyarch Twitter confirmed this earlier in the day. Next, Bounty Hunter Quads is something you can jump into as of tomorrow. Again, you can end up trying to get that Spectre stash, in which you get the level 3 armor, a bunch of stealth perks, a trauma kit, and of course, that Shadow Blade. It's a lot of fun. It might actually, though, be after that honeymoon phase, one of my least favorite LTMs, but that's just my personal preference. You could absolutely have a blast with it, but of course, check that out. It'll be new as of tomorrow. And then for zombies, you'll end up having that new gauntlet for Dead of the Night. So all that kind of stuff is coming with Operation Spectre Rising tomorrow for Xbox One and PC, so hopefully you guys have a good time with it. Honestly, outside of the fiasco with reserves and things like that, I've had a good time with Black Ops 4's Operation Spectre Rising so far. MP, Blackout, and the little bit of zombies that I got to play has all been a lot of fun, truthfully. It just sucks that, again, with every major update, there's something that's so stupid and shouldn't be in there that it kind of overshadows everything. So hopefully, guys, enjoy it for what it is worth tomorrow, but that's where we're going to wrap it up. That's 9 things within Black Ops 4 to talk about and to look out for this week, so hopefully, guys, enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is there anything in particular that we covered that you're super looking forward to? Maybe not so much. Anything that I maybe missed out on that you guys are really looking forward to? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but hopefully enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 4, MP, Blackout, Zombies. We got you covered with the best of updates, news, information, tips, tricks, all that good stuff. So if any of that interests you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, there's the best place to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically love both those. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. But all that said, out of the way, thank you guys all so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.